Don't blink, it's your boy Ink. Welcome to another video. This is a movie review. This is an important movie review. We're wearing their bowl costumes, so of course we're gonna talk about the movies of the Trailer Park Boys, and it is Don't Count Down to Liquor Day. Don't count down. Sorry, French, bro. I hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. If you notice, we switched place because your boy do not have batteries, so phone is charging officially, unofficially. Let's keep it at officially because I don't know why unofficially we work in this exact instance, but fuck it, let's go. The reason why this is an important movie for me was because Trailer Park Boy always had a place for me. You wanna know what's crazy? Like really fucking crazy. The the first movie I bought it on the pharmacy on a date. So it's kind of weird, kind of odd, kind of nice. The second movie, I actually remember I was in grade 11, and my mom, she bought me, I had an iPod Touch, and the first generation, and she bought me like an iTunes gift card to buy games, and me, as a dummy, instead of buying games, I bought fucking movies. I bought Final Fantasy, not the seventh, not the Advent Children. There was another one, and that I don't fucking remember. Nor do I give a shit about. Into the Park Boys, Count Out to Liquor Day. What I didn't understand it was Young Ink was naive as fuck. Is that having the same movie and watching it over and over and over and over? Well, the lifespan of that said movie wasn't going to be eternal, and by not going to be eternal, I mean I watched it 7 times and that was it, right? But Count On to Liquor Day is, I don't know, the strongest or the weakest of the movies. To me, they're all pretty much equal. I think the third one might be the weakest, but what am I saying? So right away when it's gonna start, I took some notes as always. I'm gonna try to find them, cause it is a fucking mess. You know your boy isn't the most organized person in the entire world. So the first thing we have is Julian, Ricky, and Bubbles. They go to jail. So it's not precise where they go to the jail, right? But oh my gosh. Now what am I gonna do? I'm in a okay. Well, let's try this. I didn't like the way it was set up, and this is even worse. But hey, fuck it. We get a auto body, right? So we have the 3 boys are in jail, and it's three very different things. So of course I'm gonna start with my homeboy Bubbles, the one we're wearing the costume of, and Bubble, he gets off early because he's a model prisoner. The first thing he does, he goes to Sunnyvale, and he goes to his shed and says, "Oh well, I left food for my kitty, so they should be okay." Little thing that he knows is as soon as he enters Sunnyvale, the park is going to shit. There's garbage everywhere. There's complete fucking chaos everywhere, and we're going to the whatchamacallit. We went to Bubble Shed, right? And there's food everywhere, and it doesn't touch a nibble. Somebody barred the door. That person was Jim Leahy. Now we have a switch up to the scene of Jim Leahy. You see, I don't even need the note. I know the movie almost by heart. We have a note that says we're going to see Jim and Jim having an haircut. And the craziest thing is you can tell that Jim and Randy, they care about Bubbles, because if Ricky was to come in the apartment or in the trailer, they would freak out. But with Bubbles, they're really calm and say, "Hey Bubbles, how you doing?" And then they were talking about the cats and how they bar the cats. And before that, we have to understand that, I'm sorry, it's a mess. I should have taken better notes. I'm sorry. But I should be reading my notes, but this movie means so much to me. I kind of want to do it authentically, right? So we have a scene of Jim that is running. He's in good shape. He doesn't have whatchamacallit. Oh, such a good fucking movie. He doesn't have his alcohol anymore. He's running. He sold half of his trailer to buy the better half of the trailer. And oh no, the half of the trailer was for sale, and he bought it and he made it a better place. And then he asked Randy, but Randy fucked up, and they have to pass down the sewer line through Julian. So they spend a lot of cash to make the park better. So that's the reason why the other part of the park where the boys live, is completely abandoned because nobody lives there anymore. Everybody's moving to the better version of the trailer park. So we're seeing this. There's a fight going on because he barred it, and Leahy was like, "Yo, we have a cat problem. There's too much population." His idea was that by getting the cats hungry, they would leave. But the cat got hungry, they say, for Bubble, so he called SPCA. That's when Bubble loses it. He fights both Randy and he fights Jim, so that means he's pretty strong. Then he gets stuck on the ground. There's a clipper in his hair, and they fuck it up. This is an important scene for later on. This is really important, actually, really fucking important. They shave a part of his hair done, so they said, I'm sorry, it's an accident. It was an accident. So Bubble destroyed the bug door, what you call it, the bug net, I guess. And he said that was an accident too. And you can hear him cry. Now let's move to Ricky. No, let's move to Julian. Okay, let's move to Julian. Julian, since he's one of the more problematic inmates, he has to pass an interview saying, "Yo, I'm rehabilitated." The fuck? And we have this. And what Julian says is that I have this part of the plan. I have this garage. I'm going to open up auto body part. I'm going to be facing the cars. And it's kind of cool because he did a diploma. So we know it's going to be a greasy fucking business. But at least he's showing up something. And he's like, "Yo, guess what? I'm going to be part of the success." And then he says, "Well, what about this Leahy character? Are you going to fight with him? Because I know you guys have an history." And Julie's like, no. I want to be a good citizen. I don't want to come back here. My plan is to make peace with Jim and move on with my life." And then they talk about Ricky, and Julian's like, "I'm going to hire Ricky." And then we switch to Ricky, who right away, he's like, "Yo, they said, oh, your friend is going to be a success. What are you going to try to do?" And they're trying to push Ricky to be a better person. That's when they're saying that. Ricky's like, "I don't even know what success is. What I do know is I'm going to go away from here. I'm gonna go grow dope, which is illegal." But then he says, "You want me to be honest?" He says, "I know how much it costs you to keep me here. It costs you so much. There's people that have done much worse right than I have. You have to let me go." And at the end, they decide to let them go. Let me check my notes if I'm missing something. I mean, there's this very cute scene where Bubbles is in the boss, and it's like, "Yo, I'm gonna rub some kitty powder, not powder, sorry, kitty treats on my cheek so they can with a sandpaper tongue and lick me." After that, we got Ricky. We got Ricky and Julian. Were going to, as soon as they leave the prison, they steal a car. Right? And by stealing a car, they go to a liquor store, they steal, and you can see that everything is going well. People are not fucking up, and they're staying in the lane until there's these hunters that are moving, and then that's when they have to move. I mean, again, it's kind of fucking nice because you see the hierarchy. Julian gets a wielding mask, and fucking Ricky gets a cardboard box with like his face. So again, I think it's kind of funny, and it's kind of cool because we're seeing this, and we're having this sense of, yo, while Bubble is checking the park, we have to make sure that Ricky and Julian are busy. It was the perfect occasion. They robbed the liquor store to make money. Again, didn't take proper notes. Before we're moving on, we have another scene with Bubbles. It goes to the SPCA, and that's an amazing scene. They're like this old woman, right? Who she's like, she didn't take care of those kitten. They were left hungry with rabies. And Bubble is trying to explain to her that she put food. And it's actually something that's really cool. And she's like, "Nah, you were negligent." And Bubble's like, "I was negligent. Maybe I should have been to jail." And there's this young girl. We don't really get a name for her, sadly. And she's basically like the love interest of Bubble. So we always wanted a love interest for Bubble. Ricky has Lucy. Julian has multiple ladies. The way he rolls, the way she goes. And Bubbles, he deserved like a good girl, and she's like, "Yo, we can take that though. We can say that those kittens, they were taken care of. They were loved. They were affectionate. They were really well taken care of. Come back after the close." And he's like, "Okay." And you can see that they're kind of like this connection, which is kind of nice. Then the boys, they come back. Ricky didn't hide properly the truck. They go back to see the park, and then it's like, holy shit, the park is a mess. Then Leahy, he comes back to see the boys, and the reason why he comes back to see the boys is just that because he's like, "Oh, well, guess what?" It's such an amazing thing. It's such a fucking amazing movie. again, like I said, Randy didn't do the proper sewer system evaluation, so now they have to go to the sewer line, and the sewer line goes down the trailer of Julian. So Leahy is trying to go see Julian and said, "Listen, I need to buy a trailer." And he's like, "Welcome back." And then Leahy is super calm, super calm, and he's like, "Well." Julian tells him, "I cannot sell you my trailer. This is what my grandma used to have. This is my home. This is where I grew up. I care about this place, and I'm gonna open up my garage. It's gonna be Success Auto Body." Then Randy is like, "Success Auto Body is kind of a shitty name, right?" And I'm not gonna say it's a shitty name, but fuck it. So Ricky protects Julian and said, "You didn't need to say that." And they start pissing in Leahy's car, saying, "There's a lot of things that we don't need to do." And then it gets Leahy mad, and then they start fighting. And that's when Bubbles say, because of course, what I forget to say is they saw Bubbles' hair. They say, "Who did that to you?" And Bubbles like, "No, I did it to myself." And that's why I love Bubble, because Bubble said, "I did it to myself." I did the cutting my hair to myself, because at the end of the day, he doesn't want them to fight. He wants them to be peaceful. He says, "We just got out of the jail. Let's get into a peaceful situation." And then after the situation, he said, "Yeah, Jim Leahy and Randy or Bandy or Sasa Bandy, they did it to me. There's revenge." Ricky goes in. He shaves Randy's hair, which leads to a whole debacle. And yeah, it's basically the first day back with the boys. So super fucking cool. Really cool. I'm trying to pause the video when I'm trying to check the paper, because I don't want you guys to see me reading, because first of all, those glasses are tough, and second of all, I don't think it's interesting for you guys. We're going back to Bubbles and his love, and he chill with the girl, and they're playing with the kitten, and they get high, and it's really a cool moment, because Bubbles talks about his love for Ricky and Julian, and how they're big brother to him, and how they get in trouble because they just had a fight with fucking Randy. And it's kind of cool, because you can tell that she's a good person. You can tell she cares, and it's not a bit fucked up. She doesn't judge Bubble, which is really nice. When you have then Avengers P, love interest Leahy wants to sell Julian trailer, right? So then they start preparing the other body. They're working on the garage. They're talking about the boys. There's T. This kind of special movie. Usually we have, okay, this is really actually a special movie. Usually we have Corey and Trevor who takes care of everything, right? So they're like the space monkey in Fight Club. They take care of like every task. But now it was between Corey, the actor Corey, and Trevor. They said, "Oh, they didn't treat us well in the show. They left." So of course we need to fill that void, and that void was filled with J Rock and T. And this is fantastic, because this is where shit really hits the fan. T and J-Rock, they have this complete different mentality. They're talking about the planning. Julian talks about, "Oh man, it's a beautiful scene." And it's rough, dude. It's really fucking rough. Julian's like, "Yo, I took an ad out of the page. I called some people, they want to chill. There's J-Rock who has a concert. And he has this big plan for it." But even when he's presenting the garage, even when he's presenting his business, the trailer next to him is completely fucked. It doesn't look professional at all. So we have a confessional of J-Rock's like, "Yo, I love Julian. I love this guy, but his brain is catching check. His ego is catching check that his brain can get. Like, he's not gonna succeed because he thinks he's so good." And you can kind of see that everybody's like doubting him a little bit, and it sucks. And with J-Rock, Bubbles and Ricky are of course there, but it doesn't. It's weird because, again, Avenge, Randy, Bob's see love, interest Leahy wants to sell, J-Rock view on J garbage, Lucy and Sarah. Yeah. It's kind of nice because we wake up the next day, Ricky, of course, banged Lucy, which is something he would do, and they're shitting on Julian, and everybody's shitting on Julian. Lucy, she's like, "Guess what? It's not gonna work." Sarah, she's like, "Well, I always thought the problem was Ricky. It might have been Julian." So I don't know why in the movies they always feel the need to bring down Julian. In the first movie, they brought him down. In the second movie, they brought him down and Count On to Liquor Day, and fucking Don't Legalize It. He's a piss monkey. Why are you doing that? We love Julian, right? And then J-Rock is like, "Yo, he can cash. So this is the first. There's this hilarious moments where they have this ads to say, "Hey, success auto body," and it's only from the church. And the way they say it is like free beans on Thursday. And this J-Rock's like, why? Why did they say that? Right? And it's like, oh yeah, we sold it from the church. And Chucks get mad. He's like, yo, you stole it from the church? You stole it from old people and their beans, man. And it's super fucking funny. It's really one of my favorite moments of that movie. Just J-Rock is an actually the character. And T, this is the first time they fight. T's like, he understands that Julian needed to do it. So it's like, Julian's like, okay, well, T's like, chill out. It's all fixed. It's all okay. Right? They're gonna get their bean. Don't worry. But in this case, J-Rock is right. It was fucked up what they did. Makes peace with Leahy. So nice. Sarah shits on Jay. Then Leahy, it comes around because it's known it's the first day. And he wanted to see, again, he wanted to see if Julian makes some cash. Because if Julian doesn't make cash, then he's more able to sell. Right? So that's his main goal. That's his main motivation in the show. Then it doesn't work. Again, they fight. And it's kind of cool because there's a second here where even though there was some shit that went down, they can clearly see now that Leahy is sober. He's actually chill. He's actually kind. And they're like, there's a genuine moment of, yeah, I respect you, you respect me. And then they fight, and then Ricky shows his cooler. People are insulting him, and it's just fun, dude. We got the J-Rock view, shits. Leahy, Jim, Leahy gets okay. Cool. There's also the first day where it doesn't work at all. So technically, no, my notes were okay. We see the boys are they're digging to the sewer line, and then we have Julian who wants to make peace with Leahy, and he's like, yo, they're shaking each other hand, and it's fun because. Oh my god, this moment is so nice. They fucked it up. They trying to fix Randy Carey, they more fucked. So then Julian gets Ricky to apologize, Leahy gets to apologize, and Bubbles like, yo, I think I'm happy. And even though what he did is fucked up, he managed love interest through them. And Randy is clearly the one who's suffering the most. Because Ricky really shaved his head off, and he made some with a Sharpie, he made a squiggly line, and some fucked up hair. So Randy looks really fucked. And I'm not afraid to say it. And it sucks because, like, again, Leahy is in a position of, he has lower power because he needs Julian. And he says to Julian, I have a new trailer offer for you. And that is something, I understand that fucking Julian had his plan. But bro, Leahy offer in this exact movie is phenomenal. And it should work. It should be like, I'm not sure why Julian. And I get it, it's the trailer of his grandma. The rest of the park is complete shit. You cannot live in a dump. Excuse me, Ray. Excuse me. So yes, we have this. Make peace with Leahy, boyfriend Randy. Right? Jay and Leahy gets Ricky to apologize. We got the first day of the garage, so it's really cool because we got the plan. We got J-Rock who's like, nah, dude, this is not what we agree on. This is not professional setting. And it's like, yo, you want to work for what? There's this amazing scene where Bob is presenting the place, and he really does a good job. It's like, yo, this is this station. We got a brand new, floor. We got Ricky who fixed the electricity, and Bubble actually tells Ricky, hey, good job, and they give each other props. But it's kind of cool because we're seeing we're seeing how close they are, and it's all the group. It's J-Rock, T, Julian, Bubbles, and Ricky. So then they start working. Nobody comes. Nobody is arriving. The first day is a complete fucking mess. There's nobody at all. You got J-Rock who's singing, and that's when they start to fight. T and J, and it's a beautiful fight because they're both right. In Jay's mind, he believed that the record labels are gonna be there. He believed that everything is gonna happen. It doesn't matter if there's no success. He believes in success. And T is like, yo, he thinks that Jay's a bit of an asshole because the date didn't work and Julian needed help. Julian needed support because nobody came, and J-Rock only cared about having his show. So it's like, yo, Julian, what he did was pretty nice. He gave J-Rock the first day, and if it was a success, it would have been something huge for J-Rock. And then he unplug his mic, and then he leave, and then Bubbles like, don't worry, J-Rock, I was feeling your show. So you feel bad for Jay because it's his dream, but you understand Jay's being more emotional. and tease me more factual, right? Then we have the automobile, cool intro. T and J fight. G hang with what? T hang with J? What? My notes are all jingled up. I don't know why I write it, because next we have the scene with Ricky and Ray. And Ricky and Ray have always been two of my favorite characters. Ray arguably not my favorite character. I do like Ray. I really do like Ray. I think he's interesting. But I think for Ray to be interesting, he needs to be there with Ricky. He needs to be there with Bubbles. I don't think Ray as an individual is as interesting as somebody like J-Rock. And he's talking about Ricky, and you can tell how much he cares about Ricky. We're gonna do Don't Legalize It after. There's a beautiful scene between them, and dude, it's just a nice moment. And Ricky, Ray asked Ricky how went jail, and you tell I have these IDs, and again, Ricky's like, "Yo, Julian Auto Body Garage, is this? It didn't work. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what I'm gonna do." And his father's like, "Yo, the reason why it's never working out is because you keep on relying on Julian. And if Julian fails, you fail. You have to have your own dream. You have to have your own mind. And maybe you're going to be able to have a success, right? Which is Success Autobot." And the way he presents it is he takes a life, a battery. And we know Ricky's not that smart. So Ray actually having a way to explain things to him makes him seem like a good father. Ray doesn't have his back to his kid. And he's like living in a boat, and he's happy. We're happy for him. We don't see him a lot in this movie, because what happened is Ray, they didn't know that was going to be another Trailer Park Boy. It was supposed to end at season 7. Now, Count Out to Liquor Day is after the last episode, right? So Ray was like, "Yo, this is the goodbye to the series. This is it. We're leaving," right? So it was kind of cool that he did an appearance, right? So we got this, we got that. We got J and T, Rick and Ray, Convo, Rick and Bubbles. Rick and Bubbles, they think about the new plan. Rick, he talks about how the recycling bin would make a perfect pot for the hydroponic plants of weed. Weed is legal, don't worry. And he has those Christmas lights who can give you UV light, and Bubbles like, "Yo, this is a really good idea." And it's funny because, again, Bubble is another person that relies on Julian. And he's like, "Yo, if Julian thing didn't work, what am I supposed to do?" Right? There's this really cool scene where Bubble, he does like that, and Ricky doesn't push him, doesn't give him a high five, and then he gives him a high five. So it's a sweet moment. That moment's also because Ricky keeps having these ID, and he's like, "I don't know what that is." And Bubbles tells him, "Yo, this is you having a thinking." And why this moment is important is because that was the promotion of Don't Legalize It on iTunes back in the days. So super cool moments. We got Jay. Oh, Julian visited the new trailer, and like arguably that's why I don't fucking. It sucked because the trailer was nice. It was looking luxurious. There was high ceiling. It was looking really fucking nice. And again, the old trailer park looks like shit. So it was really a sweet offer. It gave him 6 months rent free. There was a bar with included alcohol. And again, that's big from Leahy, because Leahy having a alcohol problem. Giving away alcohol is hard for him. You shouldn't be near alcohol. So it's fucking nice. And then Randy's like, "Why do you have?" Because on the bar there's a picture of Julian. And Randy's like, "Why do you have a picture of Julian, Mr. Leahy?" And he's like, "Don't worry about it." It's a really cool, cute scene because again, Leahy and Randy are a couple. Where Randy, he connected the dishwasher, and Julian's like, Leahy's like, "Good job, Bandy." And there's affection there, so it's kind of cool to see. The trailer is super cool. There's a lot of like other language between Bubbles and Julian, like how nice this trailer is. Leahy's like, "Yo, I have something for you, Bubble. Come and see me later." We don't know what that is. We got the Julian, since he had this new, since the plan are not working, he offered to burn the car for Bubble because it's insured and gonna get his cat back. And he's like, "Okay, well, cool. I'm gonna do this for you." And there's a cool moment where Julian sacrificed something he loved for Bubble to get something he loved back. And he's like, "Dude, I love you." And Bubble says, "I love you too." This really sweet moment. And then they burn the car. So this is a really important moment of the movie because again. Just before they burn the car, there's Leahy and Randy who are fighting because Randy eats too much, And Leahy deep down knows that Julian is fucking around, but he doesn't have a choice. So it brings him to drinking because again the boys are making him drink, so he drinks, and then it's separation. And if it wasn't for that separation, Randy would have worked with Julian. If Randy didn't work with Julian, then Leahy would have not done what he did. He did, right, and everything would have been okay. So this is a big moment. We go to burn the car. We got again a super important moment where it's J Rock and bro, it's so fucking important. Like he fight over the current ring, nice. Okay, we have T knows I have to take risk, nice. So we have the fight between this moment is important because Jay's like, yo, this is not safe, this is dangerous, this is legal. I don't want to be going to jail. Because if I go to jail, I'm not gonna be able to have my career. And he's right. But then T's like, yo, we have to help Julian. Julian is always helping us out. And I think of ourselves, we have to help our friend. And he's also right. And then J Rocky leaves, and that's a big problem for that's a really big problem for T, because he feels that is unloyal. And if J Rock is willing to betray Julian, he's willing to betray T. So that's where he's coming from. We got the fight over what's for jail. Leahy and Randy real fight. Again, they're fighting and then they end up breaking up. That's again super important because it leads ultimately to Randy becoming Smokey again. Smokey was the male prostitute, and that leads to the rest of the story. And things are moving quickly. I'm sorry if I'm taking a lot of break because it's a movie and I'm not used to doing this precise of a movie review, you know? We have the Leahy Randy the real fight. Jules is under this investigation, which puts Bubbles not at ease. And there's this funny part where they stole a police officer car. So then the police is getting close to seeing that they stole it. So super dangerous, super risky. Julian started to understand that his plan won't work. So he started a new plan, which is robbing a bank. And then it's when he started his investigation. He hides the camera into a lunchbox and he goes around. And that's not talking about, he didn't tell Ricky or Bubbles. Which kind of sucks, but hey, we understand that he's desperate, right? He's under investigation. Bob offered Jules... Bob offered... Yes, Bob is offered a job. Bubba was offered a job, and it is to be weekend supervisor. What? I am so sorry. I fucking wrote notes and it doesn't make any sense. Okay, apparently I was right. So Leahy is like on the liquor because he had a drink and he was starting to drink a lot. That's why him and Randy they fought, because Randy was like, yo, Leahy, you're drinking a lot and it's only cooler. And his problem was hard liquor, but he's still drinking. And he's beginning to drink again. Leahy offered Bubble the position of assistant supervisor. So again, 60.5. He showed him a shed, and the shed is fantastic. You know, the trailer that Julian was offered is an upgrade. Bubbles offered a shed, but it's still an upgrade. It's kind of cool that they're keeping that mentality of he lives in a shed, he lives in a mensch, he lives in this trailer park boy. He lives in a trailer, sorry. Tired. Okay. Job. Wait a sec. A job. And a shed, nice. You see how I wrote? Doesn't make any fucking sense. I thought I wrote arcade, I wrote grade. Ricky goes to his grade 12, and it's important because this is him bettering his life. And it's kind of cool because Ricky also improved his life. We saw him in season 2 getting his grade 10. We're seeing him in season 6 getting his grade 11. So him getting his grade 12 here makes sense. It's important. It's a proof that Ricky main goal is to be a better person, so he doesn't have to do crime. Trying to reform himself, which is super important here. The grade 12. There's a cool moment where he has dope, and since Ricky is not an asshole, him and the jail guard are pretty cool. So he offered the jail guard some dope for him to hide the dope, and the jail guard is like, okay, yeah, sure. That was kind of cool. That was kind of badass. We have this. We have the grade 12 dope. Joel, he started a plan. He started recording the bank. He started recording the employee, the amount of guard there is, the schedule, which is super important if you want to rob a bank. Again, nobody knows anything, right? It's kind of crazy because when you do see the van, they still clearly shows the police sign, right? So Julian didn't do a really good job. Okay, Bank, J Rock. Oh yeah, nice. J Rock and T they're fighting. Because again, J Rock goes to see T. T's working. It's like, yo, how did it go? And T's like, yo, it didn't go. Don't worry about it. And J Rock's like, yo, I was gonna go, but I never shook. So J Rock's like, yo, I'm a gangster. And then T's like, no, you're not a gangster. And then J Rock, he starts to suck his teeth at him, like. Now just disrespectful. And then T and J Rock they fight. But then again, you understand that J Rock, he's like, yo, T, what's like going on with you, man? We used to have this dream together. And T's like, yo, it's not gonna happen, bro. It's time to move on. It's time for us to work. Julian has a plan that's gonna be working. We're gonna be okay for our life right now. It's time to move on. And then J Rock, he's like, no, we have a dream, bro. The dream didn't change. It's never gonna change. So we kind of feel bad for J Rock. We got this, we got that. We got J Rock fight Leahy, nice. Then it's moving on to the evening. Then Leahy had a big fight with Randy, so he's drunk, and you can kind of see that their boys are disappointed in him. They're like, "Who do we have? Leahy, the friendly drunk, or Fucky, the drunk clown?" And it doesn't make a lot of sense here, right? But it does make sense when you think about it. Jim Leahy, the drunk guy. If you remember in season 6, Leahy and Ricky drink together and they were fun. They had fun together. Or Junkie the fuck clown. Jay, when he's too drunk, he's like he's dangerous. He's unstable. And Ricky's like, yo, did you get a drink to just be friendly, or did you get drunk to get drunk? And Leahy's like, yeah, I got drunk to get drunk. So the boys are disappointed in him. And he's trying to say that disappointed in him because it means something, you know. We have the disappointed. They plan to steal the cat because again, the date moving on. We don't have the insurance, so they go to steal the cat. It's a kind of funny because when they steal the cat, they put up every cages and the dogs are attacking Ricky because Ricky stinks of garbage, and this is not cool. But cut, okay. But family, Bob's. What? T gets caught because they Bubbles used a magnetized card and he enters, and he didn't plan correctly. They got attacked, and T got caught, so he goes to jail. J-Rock is pissed, he's coming, and he wants to attack Julian, and Julian, again, he signed up for himself, for Bubbles. He's like, yo, I did plan, and then Bubbles like, no, it was me. If you want to punch somebody, it's gonna be me. So this is kind of like it's this really cool scene between the boys having each other's back, so it's really fun to see Bubbles actually caring enough to take a punch for Julian, because Julian is big, he doesn't care, but Bubbles, for him to get in a fight, it doesn't happen often. We got this, and it feels good because J-Rock is pissed at them because he knew it was gonna happen. Deep down he knew, and he was right. And then T paid, not the boy. So if it was Ricky, and he was like, well, yeah, but she caused the problem. T was just following, so that's why he's mad. And it makes sense for him to be mad at that, right? We got Randy, steal the boys. Nice. Really, they steal the boy. What? J-Rock piss, Bob guilt. We have another scene between Randy and Leahy, and Leahy's completely fucking drunk, and he admits to Randy that he took some cash from the Cuba phone to go get some liquor, right? And then Leahy leaves, which leads him to become Smokey, right? And it's really important. On the same note, Julian is ready to steal the bank, so he tells the boys this is the plan. He brings them to a supper. He brings them to get drunk. They want to get drunk again. They want to go to party more, so they go to the Dirty Burger, which is, again, it's not super important, but it does serve as a purpose. Like this is the Trailer Park Boy universe. Dirty Burger is super important, right? It's Phil Collins, and they're partying and tries to see Phil's. Rest in peace, Phil Collins. There's just also these there's Randy who's tripping, and Randy's like Julian's like, yo, doesn't dance half bad, and Bubble's like, that's a weird thing to say. Bubble is afraid of male prostitutes, so it's super funny. Ricky's fucking drunk. There's a 2 police car on the cover. Ricky's super nice to them, so when they time to arrest everybody because there's male prostitution, they let Randy go because of Ricky being friendly. So again, I thought that was super cool. I thought it was cool that we're seeing this because again, it does show that Ricky's a good guy, and that thanks to his kindness, people gets away with it. They get Randy back, and then there's this weird relation between Randy and Julian because then the next morning, Jimmy's completely drunk, and there's a really cool scene where Randy was mistreated for Lee for so long, so he said, "I spent the night with Julian," which is true, just to hurt Lee's feeling, and Lee's hurt is like, "You cannot come back here after you whore around." So they're both having issues, and they need to working out, but it's kind of cool to see that they're both having weapon against each other, because it's not fair for Leahy to constantly abuse Randy. Randy then he helps Ricky for the plan. They show the car, how fucked up it's made out. It's made of plastic, electric tape. It's made of a old hockey stick. It's made of a fence. Then Ricky's like, "Nah, I'm not gonna do it. I received my grade 12 today." And then we realized that he failed, and you can see that Lucy and Trin, they were really looking forward to him. I'm not about to talk about Lucy here, because Lucy did some drama right after. I'll do a video about that. Okay, I'll do a video right now. Fuck it. Lucy, actress, came out and said that Bubbles was sexually inappropriate with her, but a couple months before, she made allegation against another guy that was sexually inappropriate to her. So she was crying wolf, and she almost got the show cancelled. The only reason she's in the movie is because she was part of the movie. But then, nobody ever got fired from Trailer Park Boys. The only people that left was Corey and Trevor. The people that died. But her, she was like, no. She fucked it over. She fucked everybody over for her own selfish gain, which was fucked up. But I'm not gonna talk about Lucy, because this happened, this was the scandal that was going on. And the movie almost didn't make a success. Rather, this movie making a success, there's no third movie. After third movie, there's no new season. So fuck you, Lucy Decotere. Fuck you. And now we don't hear about her anymore. The boys, they had a successful career. So we got the fails the grade 12. He's like, no, he feels bad, he feels dumb. And then it's kind of cool because Julian comes in and say, yo, listen, Randy only has a grade 6. I never had my grade 12. I never had, Bubbles can't even read. It's all about us. It's about who you are. It's about who you are. Paper doesn't mean a thing. This grade is a paper. It doesn't mean a single thing. Fuck grade 12. You're Ricky. You're yourself. And then Ricky, because of that, he accepted to help them. The scene I forget to mention, which is Bubs. And Randy, sorry, I was right on the right path. Ricky, the first thing he thought about was he was depressed because, again, he's like, dude, I thought I had it. And the first thing he wanted to make was his family proud. And it feels bad for that. So that's kind of cool. We got Bubbles, who he doesn't have the money yet. So he's like, yo, I'm going to need the money. I'm going to need to work with Leahy because Ricky's down because he doesn't have his grade 12. And Julian, that plan is crazy. Robbing a bank is crazy. So he doesn't follow. He doesn't accept. We got the don't legalize. Okay, we're close. Holy shit. We're close. No need for that, Bub. See, love interest. Nice. You see the love interest again. Bub goes to see the love interest. He goes to see the girl. And she's like, yo. And that's kind of cool because then he accepts that maybe he's in a good position, right? And he's like, what is going to happen if I don't get them? And then the girl, she's like, it's going to take us too much. We're going to have to kill them. And that's when Bubbles joins. They decide to take an action, and that action is to work for Leahy. But Leahy is completely fucking drunk. Like, really fucking bad. Then he accepts the job, and he actually goes to Julian with a mechanic shovel and destroy the trailer. And then Julian's like, no, my trailer isn't sure. So it didn't work. And then Leahy felt bad for him because he says, you and Randy really belongs together, right? So you feel bad. Then since Leahy is completely crazy, Bubbles doesn't accept the job, and Bubbles is like, yo, I'm gonna help you with the robbing the banks. I don't really have a choice. Go back to save. Okay, nice. Nice. Jay says you only for that. I skip a lot of stuff. So basically, Bubbles, they go to see Ricky, and Ricky's like, yo, I just failed. And that's when he said, yo, we don't need that. The three of the boys are together. They have Randy. They go to steal the bank. Everything works well. There's even a guy that opens the door for them. Leahy, seeing that Randy and Julian are a couple, become depressive, and he wants to unalive himself. So he goes on the top of the building. He went to the top of the building, which is the bank. Julian go back to save him. because they have this very narrow case of if they go before the people trade the cash, people they bring in the cash, then they're good. If they go at the same time, there's gonna be a shootout. What I forget to say, sorry, I didn't write it again. I love the love interest. She's like, yo, Bubbles is like, if I don't do this, I need to do this for the cats, and I would really like to have a date with you. It's like, yeah, I'll have a date with you. And it's a really sweet moment. Then they go to steal the bank because they spend too much time with Leahy. There's a really cool scene with Leahy where he finally beats drinking and dies by dying. So Julian's like, no, don't take a drink from my drink. And Leahy's like, yeah, and then he gets strict. And then Julian gives him a lot of cash to stay quiet. So they're leaving. Then they get caught by the other police. There's a police car chase. Leahy takes all the money. He runs away. The boys gets arrested. They get beat up. But it turns out that the cop they arrested was a drunk cop. So the arrest didn't make any sense. The arrest didn't matter, and that's kind of cool to see. Because at the end of the day, the boys are gonna be out. There's a love interest that puts a it's beautiful. There's this love interest that puts the cats in a jail, and she's like, yo, it helps the inmate. The inmates are better. Everything is going well. J-Rock is doing an interview where he's going to success, and he has an album called Free My DJ, Free T. And it's not because the boys didn't really care about T. They care about him, but not enough to save him, right? And that's a movie. That's a movie. We see Leahy and fucking Bahamas enjoying the cash that the boys stole. There's a really cool scene where they get beat up. But basically, that's it. Oh man, how can I forget this? Rob the bank, go back to save Jim. Leahy asks Julian, will you ever love me? And Julian's like, nah, I will never. That's kind of cool moment because there was a lot of time that you could think that Julian was bi in this movie. It's kind of really weird, to be honest. Oh, damn. Drunks are good. Inmate cat. Nice. And that's it. That's the movie. I'm sorry about the fucking chaos. I didn't write the notes properly. I couldn't read them also. I'm pretty freaking tired. But hey, again, I love you guys. I'll see you guys soon. Take it easy. Peace.